Welcome to Simply Excel. In this video I'm going to show you three really useful date functions. These are EOMONTH, EDATE and WORKDAY. Let's start with EOMONTH. What this allows you to do is it allows you to get the date of the end of the month a specified number of months before or after a start date. For example, we've got the 25th of August in our spreadsheet here, and if I type equals EOMONTH, open brackets, you can see there's two parameters it's expecting. One is the start date, and the second is the number of months, either before or after that start date. If we use the 25th of August as our start date, and say we want to look 3 months in the future, you'll notice that what that's done is it's returned a serial number for that date. So what Excel does when it's using date calculations is it bases everything on serial number of a day, which is basically the number of days from the 1st of January 1900. And this just means it's easier for Excel to make calculations in the background, like for example, calculating the number of days between two dates. Obviously that's not very readable, so we just need to format that as a date. And you'll see that's returned the 30th of November 2021 as the end of month date, 3 months on from the 25th of August. Equally, we could put a negative number in and get the months prior to August. If, for example, we use -3, we get the 31st of May. And to get the end of month for August itself, it's simply a 0 in there because we're not adding or subtracting months. Next function we're going to look at is EDATE, and this is really useful for calculating a date, a number of months in the future or past. For example, if we had an annual membership renewal and we wanted to calculate 9 months in advance, so we could send out a reminder 3 months before that, we could use EDATE to add 9 months to our start date. Again, we're just going to click on the start date and then type in the number of months, which is going to be 9. And you'll see that our 9-month reminder has to go out on the 25th of May. As with EOMONTH, you can use negative numbers in here to get the number of months prior to a date. And you see that saying 9 months before the 25th of August was the 25th of November. The final date function we're going to look at is the WORKDAY function. And what this allows you to do is calculate a date based on working days. For example, if we had a 10 working day delivery promise, we'd need to calculate 10 working days from the 25th of August. Let's take a quick look at the syntax for the WORKDAY function. So what WORKDAY expects us to pass is a start date. So again, we can use the 25th of August. And then a number of days. So we've said 10 working days. Then we've got the optional parameter of holidays. So if you have bank holidays and we want to exclude them as well from our calculations, we can simply specify the holidays by selecting that list, close our brackets and press return. And you'll see that that's returning 10 working days from the 25th of August, being the 9th of September, because we've got this bank holiday here on the 30th of August. If we were to omit this optional parameter, so we just take that out, you'll see 10 working days, not excluding that bank holiday, is the 8th of September. This list of holidays, we could store that on a separate sheet, in a standing data sheet, for example, or in a table, and we could reference that in the formula. I've just put it here for ease. I hope you'll find these date functions useful. Please like and subscribe to my channel for more Excel tips. Thanks for watching.